Welcome, YouTubers. Thanks for joining me today. It's Uncle Dave, DC's Adventures. And today I'm coming to you with a video about water filters and water filtration and the best ways to go about that, or at least what my preferred ways of going about that are. So stay tuned and sit back, relax a little, and I'll talk to you about these 4 filters we have in front of you right now. Alright, I guess we'll start with the filter that I've used for close to 11 years now, I think, or maybe 12 years. For a long time. I've used it all through California. I've filtered water in Yosemite, Kings Canyon, Grand Canyon, Zion, just out in the desert at H2o Wells, and a couple other desert spots out in Julian. Pretty much all over California. I've used this filter all throughout Maine, and the only time I got sick was one time. I don't know if any of you guys have ever visited Los Angeles National Forest, or it's the Angels National Forest is what I think they call it. It's right north of, just north of the LA area. There's that park, that mountain chain that runs north of it. And boy, wasn't that the dirtiest park I've ever been to. I mean, all the trees had been tagged by gang members with spray paint, and there were just piles of trash. It looked like people had family reunions right on the beach and then left all the trash unbagged in a pile on the beach. And that's how it was. Every couple 100 yards you would see piles of trash like this on the beach. It was a pretty gnarly place. I hiked there for 2 days, and I used, it's called the Katadyn, I think, Pro Hiker. This is the pump I've used for a long time. It's a carbon filter. And let's see, you pump it, which one of the pros of this particular pump is the fact that it's a pump. All these other filters we're looking at aren't pumps. See if I can get this open. I haven't used this for a while. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get it open. This is when it pays to be left-handed. This is the way it needs to turn. Well, I don't know. It looks like I'm not going to be able to get that open. I'll be right back with you. There we go. That's probably the best way to do this. If you put like a knife of some sort, it'll catch on both sides. These things are risen a little bit above this lip. And you can turn it. And then once you get it started, it'll turn off. And it comes with a little bottle of lubrication for this. You see this has an O-ring around it right here. So you need to lubricate that every once in a while, and you can actually see that it's still lubricated. I actually opened this not too long ago. I don't know why it was so darn hard to get off. But this has a brand new filter in it. If you use it and let it sit for a while, these filters do go bad. They'll get a lot of black mold and stuff on them, and you can bleach these filters out and then air dry them completely and use them over again. I've done that a lot, but if it's after you're done with the season, I just buy another one, and they're like $30 to $40, the replacement filters for this, or they were last time I was getting them. And this is a good filter. Katadyn is what I think how they pronounce that, and it's a really good filter. I've used it for years. The only time I got sick was I was visiting the Los Angeles National Forest, and yeah, the water quality was just so bad, but that was just because of human pollution. Alright, so I like this filter, and obviously the pros of this filter is you get all this stuff with it. You get a hose that goes for the in and then a hose that goes for the out. It comes with this little thing you can connect to it, which pretty much fits into most water bottles that we would be using. So you can just put it on there. It won't be flapping all around. You can put that on there. Comes with a little sponge to clean things out with. And comes with a little bottle of lubrication. And this lube is for that O-ring I showed you. Little pre-filter on the water intake, where it takes water in from the contaminated source. It's a cool little pump. It works fast, and it pumps. You can pump quite a bit of water pretty fast with this thing. Now, this put this device back up here. This device here filters down to 0.2 micron, which is 99.9% of most of the stuff you're looking to get out of there, but it's not really small enough to take viruses out. Although it's a charcoal filter, the whole thing is a charcoal filter, so it could, it can take some viruses out, it just some can get by. It's usually pretty good for making water taste good because it's all pretty much a charcoal filter, and that's what charcoal filters do, is they make water taste really good. But it's still only 0.2 microns. So we'll go to the next water filter here, and that's the LifeStraw. And LifeStraw is pretty cool. Everybody has seen them, I'm sure. It's a cool product. I think it was invented in 2005, I believe. They won a bunch of awards too for innovative inventions, and the membranes that are inside of these things are like, they're super ultra small membrane tubes, and the membrane tubes on this filters things out to 0.2 micron, the same that this does. It doesn't have carbon in it, so it might not make the water taste any better, but it does take out contaminants to as small as the Pro Hiker does. So when I saw this, I was like, oh wow, that thing's light. That's easy. That's easy to have a backup on me that's really light all the time. It has a little necklace on it so you can wear them on you. You know, you venture away from camp, you don't have to bring your big filter. You just stick this in your pocket and you're pretty good. So I bought, well, something to consider too is this company, every single one that they sell, they donate a year's worth of fresh drinking water to a child in an undeveloped country. So when I saw that and saw they were $20 a piece, I was like, oh, good deal. I bought 5 of them and had them ship me 5 immediately. So I like the LifeStraw, and I trust it. And all the water that we have here in Maine, where I'm at, is pretty darn clean. I mean, if you're going to have anything in the water up here, it's either from the animals going to the bathroom in the water, which happens everywhere, and that's what we're trying to filter out, Giardia and all that stuff, cryptos. And yeah, this thing will work pretty much in Maine in all kinds of places, and I like this. So I just bought a bunch of them, and I've been carrying these. Alright, so we'll put that down. That's a good straw. You have to drink just like a straw. There's no way to hook a bottle to it. There's no way to set this up really for a gravity filtration system. There's no way to hook a bottle onto this. You can just use it as a straw. So that's something, you know, that's a pro in some situations, but it's a con too in most situations. You probably don't. That's not what you want. So then we go to the next water filter, and the water filter that I'm going to be using a lot now, and in Maine I think this water filter is all you need, and it's so small, so compact, and everybody's been talking about them, the Sawyer Mini. It's a great water filter. It filters, has the same kind of membranes and technology that's in the LifeStraw, but these membranes are made to filter out to 0.1, which you know, is pretty much double, or at least, you know, another notch down. I guess it's just another notch down from what these ones do. But either way, it's filtering more. It's filtering more contaminants out, so I think that's good. Plus, the unit is so short and small that they provide this large plunger for it, and since it's so short and small compared to all these other ones, when you use the black back flush system in the Sawyer Mini, it actually works way better than it would in any of these other systems, and it's because it's the fibers that are in here, these hollow membrane tubes that are in here, are a lot shorter on this device. So when you use the back pusher thing, it just pushes it right out. They say that you can get 100,000 gallons out of this thing if you're backwashing it properly, but we'll see. We'll see about that. That's pretty much all the water I'm going to need while camping and hiking, probably for years. 5-6 years. Probably more than that. Probably the rest of my life, 100,000 gallons. At least drinkable. Okay, so Sawyer Mini, we all know about this. This is a great device, and this is the one I carry really as my pretty much what I'm carrying all the time. Something to remember with all of these, including even the charcoal, because when the charcoal freezes, it gets cracks, which will make like systems that the water can flow past the charcoal. So pretty much all of these filters, and any water filter you're going to have, you really don't want to let it freeze up. And yeah, that's another reason why the Sawyer Mini is so great, because you can just always have it in one of your front pockets in your jacket when you're in cold weather, and you don't have to worry about wondering if maybe the Sawyer Mini froze up, because if it freezes up, you're going to break those membranes. The fluid that's in those membranes is going to freeze, expand, and you're going to ruin your water filter. So you can't let them freeze up. So this is a great one because you can obviously keep it in a jacket pocket all the time on you and not worry about it freezing up. Alright, and now let's talk about a filter that I just got. Before this video gets too long, right here, it's an H2o Survival Straw, registered trademark. It's a water purifying system, and this is a 3-stage system that's a lot like the Survivor Straw and a, kind of like all those other straws that have come out that have 3 stages. This, although this one, I don't know, the 3rd stage is pretty weak. Let me go and get it and show you. That, it came with a little flat water bottle that this connects to. It threads onto here, just like you would do with the Sawyer Mini. It also came with these, which I don't know if you can see that, but it's like this little plastic casing and a couple filters that go in the plastic casing, and it didn't come with a little straw that hooks it on. There's supposed to be a straw that hooks it onto the bottom here, but for some reason mine didn't come with it, so there's no way to actually hook it to where it goes. But it's supposed to go right here. It's supposed to go on like this and be a pre-filter so debris doesn't get in this, because this H2o Survival Straw, the reason why I got it is because this actually filters down to 0.01, which is 10 times better than the Sawyer Mini. But there's some things that come with that. One, you really have to use a pre-filter all the time with this, because if you don't, 0.01 is so small that the insides of this is going to get clogged up so easily. And even with a good backwash plunger, it's going to be hard to get the life. They say 400 gallons out of this, but I'd be pretty amazed to get 400 gallons out of this with the pores being that small. And something to consider with the H2o Survival Straw is it does attach to bottles like the Sawyer Mini will, but at 0.01 microns, this is going to have a really slow flow rate. So that's why I'm only going to use this in really contaminated places. I would just use this all the time and buy a couple of them, but yeah, the flow rate and how slow it is on this thing is just something that would drive me crazy. Back to the video. We'll see though, I guess. I mostly got this too. I'm not even going to use it. I got this to have in my pack for really bad situations, because let me explain what the difference is in 0.1 microns and 0.01 microns. Well, 0.1 microns, if you're thinking about regular bacterias and Giardia and all that stuff's all bigger than 0.1. That's like, all stuff is like 0.3 and bigger than that, you know? But when you're thinking about like E. coli and bacteria, I'm pretty sure are bigger than 0.2 still, you know? So you're getting stuff like that in most of those cases, but when you're getting down below 0.1, you're talking about, let's say, the Ebola virus. The Ebola virus is obviously something you don't want to catch. It could be waterborne. That you can filter out. It's about 0.05 to 0.08 microns is what the Ebola virus is going to be. And that's kind of the difference. If you want to get viruses or even the common flu, I mean, 0.01 is going to get out stuff like the flu and stuff that you might not want in your water. And when we talk about like survival situations when there's flooding or excessive rush to the sewage systems, you know, all the water around you might be contaminated. I mean, if a tsunami goes across town, all the water that it leaves behind is either going to be salt water or it's going to be contaminated with sewage. So, you know, it's never lovely drinking sewage water, but with this survival straw, you probably could drink some sewage water and not get sick from it afterwards. So that's why I carry this filter. I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use the Sawyer because when I'm hiking in Maine, the water is definitely clean enough always that the Sawyer Mini is going to clean it out. And of course, you're always the safest if you boil it afterwards. But in Maine, I would drink from that Sawyer Mini all day long. Not even think twice about it. But there's a look at the water filters I have here. They, yeah, so far they're all good. I haven't really tested out the H2o, and I probably won't. Like I said, I'm going to save that one. But Mini Sawyer works really good, and I trust that in most main water sources. The Hiker Pro is just too big now. Like, I can carry 2 of those and still not even be at half the weight of the Hiker Pro. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the Hiker Pro is going to go in my storage unit with the rest of my long-term survival gear and all my prepping materials. That's really a great water filter for when you're with a group of people anyways, because that one you can really pump out some gallons and fill up stuff really quick. It's not one that you'd use. It's not one that you can even use as a straw, you know, you have to pump it. But it works really good. It's just too big. My pack's getting lighter nowadays because as you get older, your pack needs to get lighter. So you better get smarter and learn what you need, what you don't, and what you can make out in the wilderness. Well, that's my look at everything I do for water filtration. Of course, all of this is accompanied by a clean canteen water bottle that I can always boil water in if my water filters fail for some reason. I've actually just went along and got the got a condor pouch. You know, I see all these guys having it, and I thought it might be nice actually to have a pouch I can carry when I don't feel like carrying my pack. I can just put this on my belt with my survival kit that I carry, and not have to carry my pack on me. Plus, I can put the Sawyer Mini right in this front pocket with, I usually keep 10 of the Katadyn water purifying tablets. These ones right here, MicroPure MP1, but these are probably the best, I think, water purifying tablets you can get on the market. They kill way more stuff than any of the other tablets, plus they store really easily in these single-use packages. So there it is, right there. You put the Mini in there with it, which the plunger for the Mini is just so darn big that I do wish it was smaller, because it's hard getting it in here. I can fit it in here, but it's hard getting it in here. So got stuff to purify 10 liters of water chemically. I have a way to boil water, and I have the Sawyer Mini with the 16-ounce bag in there and the straw. And really, this thing, I feel pretty good going into the woods for a couple days with just that bag right there, actually. And there's a nesting cup in there too. You know, typical YouTube water setup. I went a long time without using, I didn't want to go for this. I hate having all the extra weight that condor bag adds. I've always been a really ultra-light hiker, so adding bags like that seems ridiculous to me. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm hiking with just survival gear on me, so that pack makes more sense now, because I can put it on my belt and put a small survival kit on my belt with it, and I can go out for a couple days with just that. So, keep yourself hydrated out there, guys. Summer's coming. Hope to see you all out there. DC's Off the Grid Experiment Season 4 starts filming at the end of April, and should be posted by July sometimes. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the videos. Rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks.